Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your Frank 26 YouTube videos. It's good to be with you. It is I don't know, what is today?
Today's the 7th.
It is the 7th of September, 2019. We study the Iraqi dinar, and it's really important that I set the ground rules. There is no rate, there is no date. What we do is we follow the CBI website, we follow their articles, and we formulate our opinion out of it, and then we present it to you on these YouTubes. So, with that groundwork established, it is a speculative investment, and that's why we declare this at the very beginning. Everything I'm about to say is in my opinion, based on what we study. Yesterday, is that all right?
Yeah, it stopped.
Yesterday, our YouTube video, well, it's one that I've been waiting to give for a very long time. I'd say for at least about 12 days, back here somewhere. So, we were able to talk about it last night. And I was really happy because 99.99% of you understood it. And you talked about it. And you had constructive feedback back and forth on it. Then you went into our forum at ktfalways.com and you talked. While y'all were talking about it, inside of our forum, did we already shut down?
It's spun twice now, which means it stops here.
It doesn't matter where I go, isn't it something? We always seem to have trouble with the broadcast. I think it's because people are trying to pile on. Okay, so I was happy and you were happy. And I gave it to you in my opinion based on our study. And it's something that I've been wanting to give you for almost 2 weeks now. And then you went inside of our forum and you started to talk about it in there. And I was really, really proud of what y'all were doing. But unfortunately, there came this individual. And the first one I noticed was a lady. I'd never seen her name before. And then I noticed two old timers. They were asking the same question from our program last night. And I was a bit surprised on the question. I was rather surprised, taken aback on the discussion that was occurring inside of our forum. And it only takes a spark to light up a whole forest, fire, and destroy all that beauty that was created. So as I watched from afar, this same question was being repeated by these, I think it was like 3 people, over and over again. In the rose garden of last night's presentation. These individuals decided to come into our forum and proclaim that I said last night that the Central Bank of Iraq was in the process of a LOP. And I kept watching. And I kept reading what they said, which was all wrong. And then I noticed the insistence that they were correct in their interpretation of what I said. And the more that this went on, over an hour, the more I became very disturbed. That years of months of work, these last 3 weeks of such heavy work. Look at my eyes. You know the old saying, the blood, sweat, and tears. My heart, my soul, my spirit poured into last night and to prepare it precisely. And then to have somebody that was new and some old timers that decided, yeah, that's right. He described a lop last night. He said they're going to lop. What good does that do us? Oh, this is terrible. God bless it, Jan. I'm so sorry, Jan. I'm just, oh, Lord, God, give me strength. And so they were insistent, and it started to disturb the atmosphere. It started to wreck the work that we had done. And then phone calls started to come in. 10, 11. The last one was around midnight, or a little over midnight. My wife and I, we just stared at each other, didn't we, Jen?
Yep.
You can talk more, not just simple short answers. You can express what's in your heart.
Seriously, somebody calling that late.
And they were all not saying, great conference call, thank you for your opinion, really appreciate the work. No, it was, hey, Frank, why'd you say it was a lot? What are you talking about? I don't use that word. Anybody that uses that word on my forum is simply removed. We don't teach what other sites teach. We are completely different and unique. Our method of delivering information is also unique. Why are you saying that I said it was a lot? Well, the guy on your forum is typing and they're saying that it's a lot, and he's making a lot of sense. Did you see my video? No, but I'll get around to it. And as I watched these individuals that were complaining, it turned out they hadn't seen the video either. Wow. Then this morning I get a phone call from the individual that called me at midnight last night, demanding, explain to me. Why is it a lop? Who says it's a lop? A masterpiece last night presented. Something I've been waiting for so long to give. And ignorance gets in the way? So I make a post on my forum and I say, you know something, this ain't right. This ain't right at all. Admins, if anybody even types LOP, put them on read only. That's enough. I'm so tired. I don't have the time. The whole day was wasted. The day was wasted, huh, Tink?
Yep, it was. Answering phone calls, the same question over and over and over.
Not calls of, hey, that was a great show, instead of what?
They said that, is it a lop? You said it was a lop. I don't understand.
Wasted my day explaining something to people that by now should know very well, but are being taught at other places, and they come to our place. And what did I say 2 weeks ago? These people are infecting us. But I said, it's okay, we'll do our very best to help them. But then when I saw that it was an insistent, demanding on our form, so I made a post and I said, listen, I'm sorry. This is amazing for the individuals that are doing this. Stop it. I'll tell you what, you're going to be put on read only from now on. I'm not taking this no more. You're wasting my time. I mean, look at, I had to throw out the trash this morning to deal with this. Then I get a phone call this morning. And it's, the person only said their first name. Who is this? And he says his first name. Demanding, explain it to me. No, explain, explain it to me. Why should I explain something that does not need explanation, that belongs in the garbage? And I exploded, didn't I, Tink?
Yes, you did.
Have you ever seen me explode on the phone like that before?
No.
Then I looked at you, didn't I?
Yes.
And I closed my eyes and I prayed.
Yes.
I said, God, I'm failing you. So I told the gentleman, I said, sir, I can tell that you need help. You're asking a very primordial question, a very rudimentary, a very basic, a very simple, a very first grade question. And you should know this long before you got involved in this investment. How can you tell me on the phone that they're adding zeros to their exchange rate when I clearly said they're subtracting zeros from their exchange rate and subtracting it from the streets of the citizens and showed you the dinar and everything? Oh no, Frank, but you said that they were going to end up with a 25 note. If the 25K is removed the 3, you have a 25 note. That's it. Well, then that's a lot. Oh my God. Oh dear God, give me strength. Tell me whether or not you can hear me right now, because all it's doing is just looping and looping and looping and looping and looping. Here, I know if you, how you'll be able to tell me if you can hear me. 26 plus 1 is what? The answer is 27. Post 27. If you post 27, then I know you can hear me. Yep. 27, 27. Okay, stop. So family, I'm not a trained professional. And for the last 11 years, this was only the second time that I exploded on the telephone. And then on top of that, the individual didn't even tell me, oh, it's me. I'm the one that caused, the problem inside of your team chat. But he kept insisting, answer me. I'm the guy that called at midnight, and I'm calling you now early in the morning. I want to know. Unbelievable. So the demand on me is gotten ridiculous, and I'm going to do something about it. Because you see, yesterday what I delivered to you, you don't need me anymore, and you know that, in my opinion. Tonight, inside of my form, inside of ktfalways.com, our premium is waiting for us to do a Q&A, questions and answers. I think I'm going to turn this conference call or this YouTube into the questions and answers instead. Claire, moderator of our premium. I'm so sorry, Claire, that I didn't call you and prepare you. It's been a rough day. My head right now wants to split in two places, right here and right across here. The stress on me is, it actually, the stress got to me today. And I failed God by, but then again, I prayed and I said, I'm sorry. And I answered the man's questions and he didn't even say thank you. But we got an email about 2 minutes later after I talked to him on the phone. I didn't know I was talking to him, but then when we got the email, we realized, I just, I want to be put on read only. This man has been with us for 11 years. He's my friend. I didn't know I was talking to him this morning. If he would have told me, shoot, oh, well, look here, let me help you. But when you call and you insist on me answering something that is beyond stupidity, you got to me. And then I remembered when I was praying that I got to help this man. Because I had received a phone call of a lady that called me and she says, I want to talk with you because my son just committed suicide. And I said, oh my God. And I said, I'm here. I'm holding you. Let's go into God's throne room. Let's pray together. And we did. He was hearing voices, and he took a knife, and the voice kept saying to him, cut your heart out. He would read the Bible. He knew God. He just didn't understand. There was no tumor, according to the CAT scan. It just did nothing. What is going on? One day, last week, he took the knife and he cut his heart out. And it broke his mother's heart. And she knew no one else to call. So she called me. And I realized this morning that that's what my calling is to help as many people as possible, regardless of the situation, regardless of my fatigue. And y'all have gotten to the point where you say, he's my friend. Some of you call and say, oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking to you. Come on, I'm only famous in my mind, no one else is. And we laugh about it, and we become friends, and thousands of voices, not hundreds, it's thousands, ain't it, Nick?
Yes.
Thousands of voices. Y'all think that I can solve God is the one that solves these things, and God apparently might be using me. So I felt bad. So I went and I helped the man. But then the man sends an email to our staff and he says, put me on read only because, you know why? Because that was not nice, or it was uncalled for to be called,
trash.
What, Jan?
Trash.
To be called trash. And I said, who called him trash? And he says, you called him trash. What? So I went back and I read what I posted, and I had to throw out the trash. I said I threw out what he brought us. I didn't say I didn't call him trash. I said I threw out the trash. But this is what I'm supposed to do. So I better straighten up and fly right and help as many people as I can. Because you're not going to have me much longer, in my opinion. Had a call today from South Africa. By the way, sister, let me see here. Loila, I don't know what to tell you. You call me and you want to talk with me. You like what I leadership of what I say and do, but then you ask me, what can we do in a terrorist country of South Africa? I don't know. I can't help you. We can talk. I'll be your friend, but I got no advice for you in your country. Bevan from Australia, I saw you last night. Please get a hold of me on WhatsApp.
He's there now.
Bevan's here. You see him right now, Bevan. I miss you, man. I miss you because we used to have some great conversations. I got to know you, your family. You knew my family. You know my phone number, Bevan. Call me on WhatsApp, okay? I'd like to know how everybody is doing. Remember when we used to talk, Bevan, and it's like it was like 4 o'clock in the morning for you in Australia. Hey, mate. And for me, it was, I don't know, in the afternoon, the day before or something. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I told our staff at ktfalways.com, if anybody ever talks about a LOP again, put them on read only. Don't even send them a PM to explain anything. Just put them on read only, and they're going to complain. They're going to call me. I'll tell them why. And I think what I want to do tonight, with your permission, is probably try to answer your questions. Because what I gave you last night was so powerful. Yeah, there's the file. I'm supposed to deliver. I have more to give to you, but I'm not moving any further until this nightmare ends for me. So, this YouTube video is going to be made tonight to answer the questions that should not be asked. And when we're done, then I'll ask you to post your questions up there. Okay? Let's stay here and not go back into my form. Yes.
The premium members are asking their questions. I'll bring them over.
Yeah. Premium members, ask your questions. Answer their questions first.
Okay.
Answer their questions first. And bring those first. But before we do that, I'd like to bring up 3 subjects that just drive me, that just should not be asked. And I ask you politely, don't do that to me. Don't call me and talk to me. I picked 3 because I like things in 3s. Don't do that to me. Number 1, a LOP. I explained it over and over again. Remember when I did that nice drawing and everything? And these are people that belong to my forum, and yet they should know that. They should have seen that. But they should have seen last night's video, YouTube video, but they didn't. But yet they come in and criticize that which they have not seen yet. Oh my gosh, that just bothered me. That's not proper. That's undisciplined. That's impolite. And then to accuse me of calling you trash? Okay. All right, so it was easy. You had to put you on read only. I'm going to miss you. I mean, you know I love you. You know we've talked on the phone and cracked up. You know you've been with me forever. There's another one. And I'll tell you something. They better stop. They got to stop this nonsense in my forum. I won't stand for it. You can go and do this somewhere else. Not with me. A LOP is an insult to talk about it. Let me try to explain it one more time. I'm going to explain 3 things, then I'm going to answer your questions. Am I going to share anything with you tonight? I don't know. Am I going to read Firefly's report to you tonight? I don't know. We need to clean this mess up first. And in the process, we're going to learn together. Okay? Number 1, a LOP. I've said many times that they are, in fact, the CBI has said many times, in fact, the GOI has been saying it. Yeah, we're going to lift the 3 zeros from our exchange rate. We're going to lift the zeros from our exchange rate. Yeah, we're adding purchasing power to our currency. Yeah, we're making a change in our exchange rate. Where did you hear we're adding zeros to our exchange rate? Where did you hear we are going to make our currency less valuable? No, a LOP is when you add zeros to the exchange rate. You've read the articles. We are going to lift. We are going to remove. We are going to subtract. We are going to... You see, got that so far? Good. Now, if they remove the zero, causing this.
Oh, that's twice.
No, that's not twice, sweetheart. That's like the 4th time. everybody is coming in. They all got their pings. We've got, was it close to 5,000 subscribers? They're pouring in right now, and that's what's doing it. YouTube got mad at me because I broke their server too. I told him, I said, hey, not much longer, don't worry. Oh, really? Where are you going? Away. Far, far away. just like the book of Eli. To an island in the Pacific, dressed in white, taking my dots in the holy book. With martial arts and a dark complected skin with the girl by my side. Oh, are we back?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi. How y'all doing? Yeah, so nowhere do you see that they are adding zeros. When you take away the 3 zeros, you end up with roughly about 0.86 cents to $1. $1 or 1 dinar is worth about 86 cents. They're going to try to bring it up and add value inside. I mean, it'll be 1-to-1 with the American dollar. Now that's where the problem starts. So let's hear. Man, it's a waste of time, but I'm sorry. God wants us to do this to help others. Okay. Okay. That's a 1,000 dinar note. Now this piece of paper is the country of Iraq. This is all the country inside of Iraq. And this 1,000, they're going to lift the 3 zeros from the exchange rate, and it's going to become a 1 IQD. A 1 IQD when they lift those 3 zeros. That's what you're left with. See that? There you go. This is in country. A dinar is a dinar. When they lift the 3 zeros from the exchange rate, they will also lift the 3 zeros from their currency. You notice it's 3 zeros? It's not 48 zeros. They keep telling you 3 zeros. They keep telling you 3 zeros. So when they lift those, this 1,000 dinar is now a 1 dinar. It's that simple. And this 1 dinar inside the country is pegged to the American dollar, and now it has purchasing power, value to it. You don't need a whole bunch of these to buy a loaf of bread. You'll probably only need one of these now to buy a loaf of bread because it's more valuable. They've subtracted zeros. If they add zeros, it would take a mountain of these to buy a loaf of bread. Okay? Iraq is not lopping. Now, hold on. Now let's go to the international markets. INTMKs. How's that? This paper now is the international markets. And you know that that 1,000 that became a 1 inside the country of Iraq because they lifted the 3 zeros? Thank you, Tim. Well, guess what? Let's go and see that 1 dinar. Here it is. That 1 IQD. Now where is it? It's out here in the international Nasdaq Forex. Okay, let's pick Forex for the heck of it. Forex outside of the borders of Iraq. Forex is now using the Iraqi dinar in their buy, sell, and trade because it's internationally recognized and no longer has any sanctions on it. It's Article 8. Well, good. Give it to me. Give it to me, says the stock markets. Give it to me, says investors. Give it to me, says the contracts. And the more that they use it, to buy, sell, trade with that currency, the more value it's going to establish, the more stability it's going to establish internationally. And because of that, that 1 dinar, all of a sudden, you know how it gained purchasing power inside of Iraq? Well, now it's going to gain purchasing power outside of Iraq in the international markets because they're going to use it and trust it. And the value of this 1 dinar based against markets around the world will have a higher value than just the 1-to-1 inside the country of Iraq. Well, can it be higher inside the country of Iraq? No, a dinar is a dinar, period, end of story, no more. But outside that same 1 dinar, introduced to the international markets, is going to be impressive because of what Iraq is doing. And it'll be used and trusted, and its value will go up internationally. It may have a value of about $1.20, $1.50, $2, $3, who knows? And it is at that value, internationally, that you go to an international bank outside of Iraq and exchange it for whatever currency that you want to, based on the value that they have established against the dinar. You go inside of Iraq, and what's the dinar? What's 1 dinar worth? 1 dinar, period. End of story. There's no investment in there. It already had its purchasing power added to it. We lifted the bloody 3 zeros. Are they catching on?
Yes, only one person said it doesn't make sense.
Of course it doesn't make sense. You would be, excuse me. I'm sorry that it doesn't make sense to you. I think that the best thing for you to do is to maybe Google, maybe study on your own, maybe get some books of economics at the library, or maybe even go to a high school or a college and talk to a professor and ask them to define clearly to you, because I can't define it any clearer. My ability to help your mental capacity has reached a standstill. I am done with LOP. Admins, if ever, admins of KTFalways.com, if ever the word LOP is presented, remove that individual. Do not send them a PM. Do not explain anything to them. Just simply remove them, in the sense of putting them on read only. We don't want to ban them. They can stay with us, but I don't want to hear another word from them. I don't have the time. Besides, my time is coming to an end with all of you. One is what? Posted. Can you make a phone call?
You're back.
Oh, we're back now. Hey, YouTube, welcome to my world. Won't you come on in? Yeah, I break every broadcasting piece of equipment that man ever invented. Are we back or not?
Yeah.
Sort of. It's still breaking up. YouTube. Hey, YouTube. You ever have this problem before with anyone? Oh, they put 27. Okay. You know, I lost my train of thought. I don't know. I think we're done with LOP. So admins, if anyone ever puts the word LOP, we're not going to ban them. We'll just put them on read only. They'll still be with us, but we're not going to deal with it, and we're not going to answer the questions anymore. And if they get, frustrated, they'll call me at midnight at 1 o'clock in the morning, because they don't care. They want an answer. Say, how about today, Tink? When I answered the phone, I was like, oh, this is Frank. I got food in my mouth. Can I help you? Oh, yeah, Frank. Yeah, I got this question. Remember that?
Yeah, well, I just have this one question. Just this one more question.
But I'm eating. Yeah, okay, all right. But that's good you're eating. But listen, I want to ask you.
Do you want me to call you back when you're done eating?
They didn't say that.
No.
That's what I was hoping they would say. Polite. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well, let me call you back. 99.99% of us are very polite and cordial. It's just those that, golly. All right, we're done with law. Let's talk about GCR. I'm going to talk about three things that just you're not allowed to talk to me about. You're just not allowed to. And if you do, we will simply remove, you from being able to communicate with us. So number one was law. Number two, a GCR, global currency reset. I've told you 1,000 times. Where's that dinar? Do you have one with you? I've told you 1,000 times that in my opinion, we should not be so greedy that we want more than what the CBI is going to be giving us with their official exchange rate. I don't know if there's a global currency reset. I don't believe in it. Mathematically, it's impossible. You imagine all the currencies around the world at the flip of a switch, they all change their rate? No, come on. Oh, I didn't mean that, Frank. I meant only specific ones are going to be resetting. Then why do you call it a global reset? Well, it's a good word. I mean, currencies are resetting around the world. I studied the Iraqi dinar. Somebody came to me and they said, Frank, look, what? Zimbabwe. What? And I think I may have it. Let me see here. 331. Let's see here. 319. Oh, here it is. And Frank, Muga died. I said, who? Muga died. The guy from Zimbabwe. He died 2 days ago. And Zimbabwe is celebrating that he's dead. There's a new government that they have, and it's close and very strong to the American government. There's an upgrade, and bank reforms are nearing complete. Networking and security upgrades across countries. In my opinion, this goes hand in hand with Iraq. What? What does that have? I have no links to back it up. Yeah. But you're going to other gurus that are telling you again?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're back.
this is getting out of hand. No, seriously, I just want to stop, Sam. My stomach is killing me. My head wants to split. I'm going to fall asleep in a second. Are we back?
Yes.
I don't know where I left off.
The GCR stuff.
Yeah, but what about the GCR? This is hard. Stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. Remember the one that we did out of New York, the broadcast, and the guy gave up because you got too many people, man. You bust my server. Remember that guy? And then this live stream, yeah, well, we don't know what to tell you. Now YouTube.
Africa and the new government is what the last one did.
I know they have a new government. Zimbabwe. I know the U.S. is helping. I know we've been using U.S. bonds. I know they don't have a currency. I know it's a novelty currency, if anything at all. But Frank, look, their mean president is dead, and the economy in the United States is helping them, and this and that. You talk so superficial. You talk with no reasoning. Don't you hear me that Zimbabwe does not have a currency? Oh, well, they have bonds, the U.S. bond, and you can buy them. I don't know, but I got a whole bunch of their currency, which is no longer, functional. Do you know what novelty currency is? No. Oh. Do you belong to my form? No, but I reach you at the other forms. And don't expect me to answer your questions. The one that came in today, he sent a whole bunch of pictures and he said, well, Frank, look at the right side. Now, you see this? You see those numbers and everything? Is this normal? You call the person that you bought those dinars from and ask them if that's normal. So, the global currency reset concept idea that's out there, I am totally against it. I don't believe in it. I don't see mathematically that it's possible. Yeah, you could have a few of them, then you shouldn't call it a global currency reset and confuse people. Then you also have those individuals that are saying, hey, give me your dinars. Give me your dinars. Send them to me, or I'll go pick them up. Yeah, me and my lawyer, we'll take care of them. We'll put them in our safe. Why? Why do you need my dinars? Why don't I just keep my dinars and I signed a contract with you? So when this, $4 or $5, as long as I have sympathy for my wife.
Back.
Are you done? You're not gonna break my UB2B anymore? Are you done? Okay. Global currency reset. This is impossible. This stop and go. Global currency reset. Zimbabwe. How ridiculous. The gurus out there are telling you it's gonna make a lot of money. Well, pay attention to them. Why do you ask me about the Zimbabwe? And as far as the global currency reset, if they're asking you to give these dinars to them, ask them, why in the hell should I? Did I not sign some kind of a document with you? Did I not send my dinars in that document to you? There was no need to send you my dinars. Oh yes, we need them. They're part of a humanitarian project that is going to be put together. They're not doing jack. They're not doing jack, because I'll tell you what, 8 years ago? I think it was 8 years ago. Maybe 9 years ago. A very dear friend of mine. I miss him. I miss him. I miss you. I miss your laugh. You were my friend. You still are my friend, but I miss you. You don't answer my calls when I call you because you're scared. You know very well how I feel about what you're doing. I miss you. And then I had a person that was in our group, remember, in one of our businesses? Mm-hmm. And he built a nice group, and then all of a sudden some lawyer got a hold of him, and he said, hey, you know that Frank 26? See if you can convince him to have all of his people send us our, their dinars, and we'll give them a higher rate. Yes, we will. Hey, Frank, you know what? We can do it. No! I miss him too. But I've departed myself from people that are involved with this. It's insane. I believe that there's no reason for you to send them your dinars. And then on top of that, when I did it as an experiment, he said, just in 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, the year went by, what's going on? And every time I call, it's the same old thing. Well, next month. It doesn't matter when, it's always next month. Oh, we've been hearing some great things, and next month for sure. So after a year, I said, you know what, dear friend of mine, sending my dinars back. Oh, okay. You sure? Very sure. So when he sent them back, what do I have? By George, they're the same dinars. They didn't send them anywhere. I figured I'd get some other different dinars. If they put them in an envelope or something, put them in their safe, I don't know. But I got mine back. And I did it because back then it was something new, with an Indian reservation, the Admirals Group, the Dong Chao Ping Chinese Group, whatever. I don't know. The UN Humanitarian Group. Personally, I think they take all the dinars that they take from you and they put them in an account that's drawing interest off of them for them. And if you ever want them back, sure, fine, here you go, because we got a whole bunch of others that we made fools of. It's insane. I believe this to be a blessing from God to you. Like my children are a blessing from God. And I don't let someone take care of my children. I'm not going to let someone take care of the blessing that God gave me because of greed, and I'm going to get more than what the CBI is going to give me. No. So that's number 2. KTF admins of KTFalways.com. If you see anybody bring up the subject or the letters GCR, remove them, put them on read only, don't send them a PM, we move on. That's number 2. Number 3, 800 numbers. Okay, every bank has an 800 number? Okay. But no, Frank, this guru, he's telling me that he was selected special. Can you believe this? Yeah. Well, no, I don't know. What do you think, Frank? I don't give a squat. It's stupid. One individual, one person. What does he do for a living? I don't know. What's his phone number? I don't know. You never talked to him? Emailed it? No. You just taking his word for it. Yeah. Every bank has an 800 number. In fact, the KTFA, when the blessing occurs, will include every bank's 800 number. So you can call them and ask them, hey, it says here that your spread is and la la la. And where do you get that information? From KTFA that we will post as the information comes in. KTF admins, KTFalways.com admins. If anyone posts up anything, you see the 800 number. Well, you know, the topic of the 800 number. Remove it, put them on read only, and do not send them an email. We don't have that time to waste. So those are my 3 topics. Do you see any questions, Tink? Let's start answering some people. And by the way, as Tink looks up another question, pay your taxes. I had a call just recently, 2 days ago. Ring-a-ding-ding. Yes, Frank. Hey, Frank, are we going to pay taxes? Capital gain taxes. We pay them at the bank? No, you don't pay them at the bank. You pay them on April 15th. Why? Okay. Well, can I take my currency out of the country? Your dinars? Yes. Why would you? Why? I mean, sure, but why do you want to do that? So I can cash them out at a bank outside of the United States, and I don't have to pay capital gain taxes. What did I do, Jan, when he said that to me?
You got very angry at him.
I went nuclear.
You slammed the table.
Oh, it wasn't on the phone. We were face to face, weren't we?
Yes.
And I slammed the table and I looked at him and I pointed my finger at him and I said, "You're talking to the wrong person if you want my advice on how to avoid taxes. I love my country. My families have died for this country. And you're telling me that you want to embarrass yourself in front of your children? Oh, look what Daddy did. I'm going to do the same thing. Oh, how proud that must make you feel. How do you think you're going to feel? What's the relationship between you and God? What does God tell you to do? Pay your tax. Give to the state what belongs to him. I say throw it at them if you have to. Go up to the federal building and throw it at the door if you must. Then walk away. Make sure you get a receipt, okay? But pay your taxes." He was talking about an offshore account and how he could. You're talking to the wrong person. Anybody talks to you like that, turn around and walk away from them. Wipe the dust off your sandals. You are being put in a position of stewardship for something that is not going to come around again in your lifetime. More than likely. Yeah. If you're 60 like me. Pay your taxes. Okay, let's start with the question, Ting.
Okay. I'm going to post it now.
You want to turn? Be loud.
I can't post the whole thing.
Be loud.
It says, Frank, you stated a few times on Friday's YouTube these satellite private banks would be opening and going online within 2 weeks. In your opinion, does that imply the Iraqi dinar will have 3 zeros lifted and purchasing power given to the citizens of Iraq within 2 weeks?
That's you're repeating my conference call from last night. You want me to approve what I shared with you? Is that what you're asking me? Or you want me to approve your notes of what you took that I said last night? Is that what it is? Yeah. My opinion? What did I say? I even illustrated, didn't I? See, I do things on. I use teaching instruments. And that instrument happens to be me. And I made it very clear, didn't I? Okay, we saw, flatbeds up in the electronic board. We went to the meetings. Okay, understand. Oh my goodness, look, now they're showing us the coins. Wow. Oh my goodness, now they're showing us the new currency, the descriptions and everything. Wow. And I said, what should be the next thing? To raise the value. And then put it in their hands. Remember all that? I need a hard question. So the answer is, yeah, that's what I said. Next question.
Post RV, how does Frank intend to remain engaged with KTF family on this matter or others, given so many have come to appreciate his and Tink's and many other efforts over the years? So how do you intend on staying in touch with everybody at KTFA?
Like this. The way we've been saying for such a long time, I'll tell you what, one of our YouTube videos should cover this subject. When the blessing occurs, KTFA will post all the information about banks as much as we can so that we can help you to make a decision on your own. In about that first quarter, we have intentions of making KTFA a nonprofit organization. Anybody that wants to contribute to the things that they see at KTFA that we're doing around the world for, missionary work, for spreading the gospel, for building churches, for sending Bibles, whatever it may be. If you want to be a part of it, you'll see the project and you can donate to that. I certainly am not touching that money. We have 12 admins. They will then become the Committee of 12. The Committee of 12 is going to look at a case that will be brought to us. Oops, sorry about that. I messed this up. You better see if it's a...
That's fine.
But it'll also be, it's a project. It'll be a report brought to us from who? From the team of 7. The old timers, you know what I'm talking about. So the team of 7, let's say, for example, let's send them to Greece. There's a church there that needs building repair work. Let's send our team of 7. They check it out. They come back. They report to the Committee of 12. The Committee of 12 then decide, do we go there and help them? By vote? Yeah, no. By vote? Yes. Alrighty. Allocate the money that is needed to be sent to that area to help them. There will also be sanctuary. Sanctuary will be in the shape of a cross. It'll be a total of 5 buildings. All of these things will continue post RI. And if you wish to continue in helping us in what we're doing at KTFA to spread the gospel, to spread the word of God around the world, you're welcome. But I'm not going to be doing anything else as far as currencies go. If I did, it would probably be the Vietnamese dong, but I'm not. KTFA will, about face, no longer study business per se, but instead find every possible means to spread the word of God, not just to the 4 corners, but to the 5 communist corners of this world. I'll get a drone and I'll plaster the 10 Commandments on a China wall. And I can do it. Next question.
Your opinion about the banks exchanging within the next 2 weeks is in some way is it some way related to the info you gave us last year about the CBI's 24-hour ATM notice to the banks?
No. That was the banks getting the information that the ATMs were going to be going online with the new software. That's all that was, and it was. This is a completely different thing. Next question.
On post 124 or 142 about Sadar, is that what we were looking for?
Well, I don't know. I don't recall. Sadar, what did he do? He tried to pretend that he was the hero. He pointed the finger at the government. Go ahead and bring it up. He pointed the finger at the government and he said, "Oh, you bad, you're bad. Go ahead, finish the reforms. You know very well they're finishing at Sadar. Why would you tell these young kids to go out there and protest in front of the federal building, or the government building, because of unemployment being high? Bull! You just want to make yourself look good. You didn't have to do this. You didn't have to rally anybody. They're all scared of you to begin with. Iraqis would much rather obey you than the government. You already got everything in your favor. You didn't have to do this. And then on top of it, yesterday, there was a beautiful article from the government of Iraq. You know, we're lifting the 3 zeros, and these are the reasons why, and it's going to be done because inflation is going up. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, thank you very much. And broadcast on television. And it was also part of our Firefly 77 report that they were, look, that's what they're saying. Yeah, I know.
About oil.
And then today, what happens today? So an article comes out and it says from the GOI, "Oh no, it's a bad idea to lift the 3 zeros. We shouldn't do this, and we're not going to do this." And blah, blah, blah. Shut up! God Almighty. What is it, Jen? Is that it right there? 124? Is that the one they said?
124, and then there's another one after.
Severe oil production hits 5,000 barrels. Oh, that's pretty good. And they're saying that that's attached to what?
Is about Sadar, is that what we're looking for?
Oil and Sadar? No, that's oil and vinegar. I don't understand the question. Go to the next question. Did he mean Sadar, the
That's
oil
all
minister?
posted.
Well, no. All right, next question.
Hold on. Many mahalos to you and Tink for your insightful succession of YouTube. Can you please comment on the possibility, your opinion of, oh no, never mind, that's the one I just asked you. The actions of al-Sadar were unusual the last few days. Do you think he's upset things have not happened as he may have been told, or do you think there may be something else that may have happened because of what he said?
Oh. Leave Sadar alone. If you're talking about the holy man, is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about the people in the GOI, in the committee, the finance committee people? I think that's what you're saying. And if it's his holy man, let it go. He's got nothing else to do. Next question.
Something happened to your YouTube, about 35 minutes of it, about the private banks was missing and other things. Did anyone else notice it?
No, it's intact. Next question.
Dedicated windows, will these be available as many bank locations throughout each state or only at larger branches, perhaps in bigger cities?
Oh God! I'm just these questions are causing me simply to repeat everything I've already regurgitated, you know. But I'm supposed to be polite. I'm supposed to be helpful. I already told you this. There'll be many private banks in the world, and in all, more than likely, all 48 continental states that will represent the CBI. Is that the question, John?
Well, they have to go to a bigger bank in order to find a dedicated window. That's how I'm reading it.
Yeah, I even said that. I said, please don't go to a mom and pop bank and pretend that, you know, they're going to take care of you. These are the bigger banks. You know, go to a state bank. Go to a bigger bank. Next question.
Your star has moved up on the tree north since last night and only white lights on. Will you share what it means when it lands at the top of the tree?
Next question.
Frank, will you have more information on where we can find out where the legitimate satellite private banks are going to be?
Well, yeah, I'm the only one that's told you. Besides, no, you don't have to worry about me telling you. I'm only going to tell you the ones in the United States. The CBI is going to tell you every one of their private banks. Thanks.
Frank, I'd like to thank you and your lovely wife Jan for allowing us to invade your living on multiple occasions over the past years. Truly an act of love and compassion for those of us at KTFA. Thank you for everything. My question is this: why don't I have any questions for you? Laughing out loud.
You got any cookies for me? Somebody asked yesterday, what's Frank's favorite cookie? White chunk macadamia vanilla cookies. I don't know if I said it in the right order. Maybe it's white vanilla chunk macadamia cookies,
White chocolate vanilla macadamia nut cookies.
or cookies macadamia chunk vanilla white ones too. Those are my favorite. Next question.
With Mahdi or Mahadi committing to increasing purchase power for the citizens prior to the next legislative period, do you feel he has demonstrated enough information of imminent change to the purchase power to make his commitment valid?
Not so much Mahdi, no, but more the finance ministers and the planning ministers, the people that were involved directly with the CBI and the Fab Four meetings. Mahdi, I don't even think that he's going to make the announcement. You'd think he would as the prime minister, but I think it's going to fall in the hands of the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq. And another thing, I don't think it's going to fall in Alok's hands, because Alok has already, in my opinion, lost his official position. Lost, or has given it up, or has terminated, or finito. Next question.
Is there any reason to think the new international value will not be close to the value of other currencies in the region, like the Kuwaiti dinar?
Is there a reason to think it won't be?
To think that it will not be close to it.
I don't think any reason for it, no. I mean, that's the whole idea, to be on par with their neighbors, correct? Start at it 1-to-1, let it maybe possibly float, I don't know, to get to that level. I honestly don't think it's going to take too long, though. from the worst case scenario to the best case scenario, once it happens, it might be just 24 hours. Because everybody wants it. Everybody wants to put their hands on it. Oh my gosh, hundreds and hundreds of companies want to put their hands on it. They got no choice. They're coming into Iraq. They can't bring their currency. Whoa, that's Article 8. So they have to use the Iraqi currency to do their business inside of Iraq. What was the question?
Will it be close to the Kuwait dinar?
Kuwait said, you can go ahead and let them go through their monetary reform, but don't let their currency be one penny above ours. You understand? And that's all because of the principle of it all. What they did to Kuwait was dirty. Well, what Saddam did was just plain dirty. It was monstrous. It was murderous, and it's just hard for them to forget and forgive. So I guess they'll always want to be one up financially because of that. That's my opinion. Next question.
How will the private banks, Iraqi banks located inside the U.S. treat our 25K notes? I guess what I'm asking is, if the rate is 2, I give them 25K IQD, will I get 50,000 IQD?
You know, okay, that's not a loud question.
No.
That's not a loud question. Bravo! Who asked that?
T Bulldog 21.
T Bulldog 21. You see, now you're thinking, okay, it's not a lot. So I go into the bank and, there's that window they were telling me about. Okay. You guys got a Delarue? You got a currency book in here? Okay, I don't have to send it away. All right, I'm going to do business with you. What's the spread? There's no spread? You've been watching Frank 26 show? No spread. Well, that's a good one. I'll exchange with you and put my money in here. All righty. And what's the rest of the question?
If they had a 25K note, went to a bank here, satellite bank, and the rate was $2, will they get $50,000?
You see, inside of Iraq, that 25K note is 25 dinars. But outside of Iraq, that 25K note is still a 25K note. And it's not going to be based against the dollar like inside of Iraq. It's going to be based against world currencies. So maybe the world's market will say, you know, Iraq is worth $2, $2 American for every dinar. So if you got one of these, instead of at the 1-to-1, this would be outside of Iraq, $25,000, 1-to-1 with the American dollar. But if it was 2-to-1, I'm sorry, you'd have 50,000. I'm sorry, you'd have 50,000 in your hands, 50,000 American dollars. If you had 1,000,000 dinars and the rate was 1-to-1, because you know it just came out of the country, and you go and exchange it, you're gonna get $1,000,000. As time goes by, you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. It might be $2. And if you have 1,000,000 dinars, you got 2,000,000 dinars. Where's there a lot? Oh, Frank, don't say that word. No. Uh-oh. You're going to have to put me on read only, Frank. I said that other bad word. Okay. So, yeah, that was a good question. Depending on what the value of the Iraqi dinar is internationally, you can exchange against it with the currency that you want to convert it into. It's not complicated once you study it. Next question.
Do you know the names of the satellite banks?
Next question.
Are your teams hearing or sensing any sandbagging activities that may slow down the release to the citizens of the pictures and descriptions of the new small category notes, coins, and bills?
You know, that's a good question. Our teams are all over the place, and we wanted to study the gridiron, the electric gridirons, and we wanted to see exactly where there was electricity that was being supplied. And it relates to, you know, I said I don't know what I'm going to share if I share anything. But look, whatever. This is the third time we've noticed this. And this happened Wednesday, and today is what, Saturday? SATCOM communication devices inside of Iraq are not working. They shut them down. It's the third time that this happened just in 1 week. And the last time it was this past Wednesday. We don't know what it means, but we are looking into it, because if they are going to control electricity for the advantage of the reinstatement of the dinar, oh, then we would know it. So we're preparing that to learn more about the grids of electricity and which way they're flowing, because that surprised us. It really surprised us, because we use sat phones. What else was there? We also are looking at meteorological things. We don't see any storms that would cause a problem. We don't see any meteor showers. We don't see nothing. Yeah. I mean, we look at everything very thoroughly, very thoroughly. If it was the season, we would be looking at the invasion of locusts as well too, but no, sandstorms is what we are looking for though, but don't see those. Next question.
Yesterday you gave us a time frame of 2 weeks, but you also said it's been on your mind for 4 days. So is that time frame lessened by 4 days?
You see, I don't want to play that game. I'm not giving you a time frame. I already told you what I told you. So don't try to divide and split that here and add this on and put that one in there. And then if I give you an answer, oh, there it is. He answered it. So no comment. Next question.
In your opinion, what do Baghdad and Kurdistan have to talk about in their meetings tomorrow?
You see, that's a darn good question. The monetary reform, in my opinion. You got anything you think they want to talk about? I'm serious. Barzani, what? How you feel about Baghdad? Kumbaya. How you feel about Mahdi? He's my buddy. How you feel about the budget? 17%, dude. Okay. How you feel about the currency that is about to come out? We got our language on it. How do you feel about separating completely from the state of Iraq and creating your own state? Not going to do it. Not going to do it. No, sir. Okay. Next question.
If some of us decide not to exchange all our dinars immediately, is there a chance it could decrease in value?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. In my opinion, I think the odds are astronomically against it. But it sure is a viable option and capable of happening. Nobody can predict the world events, or for that matter, cosmic events. No. But I don't see it going down. I don't see the reason for it. It's kind of like a pendulum swing. It's kind of like swinging an axe or swinging a baseball bat. You know, once you committed to come around with that axe to hit that tree, you're not going to stop. You know, halfway, 3/4 of the way. Read the question again.
If they decide not to exchange all of their dinars immediately, is there a chance it could decrease in value?
Yes, but once this RI is launched, once that swing comes out and it is official, I just can't see that type of momentum slowed down by just a little bump. It would have to be something catastrophic. Thank you, Tink. There'd have to be a heck of a catastrophe, something very catastrophic in order to force the Iraqi dinar to stalemate or to start to go down. Honestly, I can't think of anything. I'm thinking about their assets and the reserves and everything, but even if you was to burn all the ones that you can see, they've got like about 1,000 times more of that under the ground. Their untapped reserves are just astronomical. Iraq will never, ever, ever run out of wealth. It can't. Next question.
Appreciate your exceptional KTFA site and you and your team's hard work.
Thank you.
I noticed the coin you showed us, being that it illustrates being minted in 2014. Would that illustrate the intention to have RI back then, and was it delayed for 5 years due to ISIS?
No. I told you that this was a commemorative coin, nothing more. It was with Kurdistan in 2014. It was part of their, their celebration for some anniversary. I don't know what it was, but it is a beautiful coin, isn't it? I like the eagle in the back. But no, it had nothing to do with no reinstatement at that time. Next question.
Is there any possibility, in your YouTube opinion, regarding the exchange occurring within the next 2 weeks, maybe related to the can kickers extending the first legislative session yet again?
It is what I suggested. You're just simply rewording what I taught and asking me again. I said that, in fact, I even discovered it on one of our calls when I was reading it. I said, that's why you guys asked for more, because you're not done with a massive campaign. And then the next day I talked to our teams, and Walking Stick said, yeah, that was a good thing you said, because that's true. That's true. You see, next is the photos and and then raising the value and then handing that out. And they just weren't ready at that time. Next question, Tank.
There's no more. Hold on.
No more questions?
I'm asking if there's.
Then
any
maybe
more.
we should go to our UB2B.
Please give us Firefly 7 to 7 report.
I don't know. We'll see. Let's go UB2B.
She said there's one more.
One more, Claire? Okay. While we wait for it, go to UB2B and see if there's any questions there.
Oh, there's lots, but they're waiting.
Oh, really?
They're
Okay.
all recommend.
Pick one as it goes by. You see one?
Can you address the issue today regarding not deleting the zeros from the Finance Committee's reporter?
Already did. Welcome. You must have just got here. Scroll back a little bit and you hear my comment about it. I said it was caca. Yesterday they said, oh yes, we're going to lift them and these are the reasons. 2% or our inflation is going down, whatever. Okay, we lifted. Okay. Today, oh no, this is why we're not going to lift it. Caca. Next question.
Can you give us an update on walking stick and his treatments? It's not a question. Will citizens be able to invest on the ISX since they are on NASDAQ?
But of course, that's what I told you. You're asking all these questions is everything we've already taught, and that's part of my frustration, but that's also part of my discipline. Just answer the question, Frank. You're not here to impress anybody. You're here to help them. The question was NASDAQ.
Can they invest in ISX?
What is happening, friend, is like we said, that our fireflies, when they go to the bank, the teller is showing them, look, you fill out these forms and then we take your card and we take your money from your account, we buy the stock that we want and you're credited and there you go. We do it, we supervise it, we see it, come on in, we want to show you how. Because you, Iraqi citizens are soon going to be able to buy stock around the world through our banks. Wow. Next question.
I think that's it.
Thank
The others
God.
are about the
Then-
2 week
Then that's it. Or the UB2B, no more questions? Go ahead and pick one. Let's answer 3 more, Tink. In the YouTube, pick any 3.
How can Iraq RI with 90 trillion in M2? Kuwait has 45 billion.
I'm sorry, repeat the question, Jen.
How can Iraq RI with 90 trillion in M2? Kuwait has 45 billion.
Well, once again, whoever's asking this question, remember I told you that if you was to remove all of their assets that you can see that are above the surface, there's still so much more that you cannot see. Most of it is not out of the ground, hasn't been refined yet, and that's just not oil. My goodness, they're minerals. That's probably more valuable, to tell you the truth. The 90 trillion versus the 45 billion, I want you to do some math with me. You ready? You're going to have fun doing this. Let's add value to the Iraqi dinar. And let's cut that 90 trillion in half to what? Or I'd say what, about 45 billion? Let me see. Kuwait, what are you? 45 billion. Next question. No more?
I'm looking, they're upset with somebody, which I have no idea how far back
They're upset with somebody?
How many cookies are you going to eat when it's celebration?
1,428. I already know, I've counted it. And don't be looking at anything in that number. Next question.
I'm going back.
Well, it looks like that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what, I want to leave you then with something. A CC. Firefly, CC, call me. Firefly, CC, call me, please. As I'm waiting for this call to come in, I want to tell you something. Remember I told you about the Zane telephones? Remember I illustrated to you that when the time comes that they're going to get little signals? Oh, hey, look, oh, look. Hi, CC.
Hello, Frank. How are you?
I'm having fun. I just answered a bunch of questions and I pray to God that it help people. And now we're going to give them a little something, something to make them happy too tonight, okay?
Okay.
In the meantime, let me introduce it. So, like I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, remember when I told you about the Zane telephones? Mm. And the Zane Bank? Mm. And I told you that they passed out all of these telephones, and then I illustrated to you that one day, when they do lift the three zeros, in my opinion, many devices will be used to communicate. I mean, dropping leaflets, the mobile flatbeds, the electronic billboards up on top, the banks handing out information, leaflets dropping, and I picked up the phone because what did I do? Ain't, ain't, oh, let me grab that phone. What is that? Oh, it's a CBI sending us a message. Now, do you remember also yesterday on our call, I said, and they tested. We're testing your password. Please confirm. What password? For your bank account. What bank account? Just confirm. Okay, we confirm. Because it was important for them to be able to receive a message, maybe. Possible. I want you to listen to a story that I received today that I thoroughly enjoyed, and I was going to read it to you because this individual sent me their information, but I said no, call me, and let's talk together so the family can hear. Now, Tink,
Yes.
bring me the speakers so I can connect it here so they can hear CC a little louder. Now, CC, while we're waiting for the speakers to come, you have a Zane app on your phone, correct?
Yes, I do.
How long have you had it?
I've had it for at least 2 years. I'm thinking more. I've been in this investment for 9 years, so things kind of get confused, but it may have even been 3 years that it's just been sitting on my phone at the request of someone else.
Got it.
And I decided to download it.
Hold on, let me put you on the speaker here. Say something. Say testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay, testing 1, 2, 3.
There you go. That's pretty loud. I'm sure everybody will hear you now very well. So you've had this Zane app on your phone for a couple of years. And you've been watching our YouTubes, our broadcasts, and you got a little curious because about 2 weeks ago, something started to happen to your phone, didn't it?
Yes, it did. And let me just, I went back and I found some text that I sent to my son so that I'll be absolutely certain of when I got that first notification.
Yes, ma'am.
And the first notification was actually on May 11th. Just got the very first one. And then the next was May 18th. Then July 18th, July 22nd. Now, I didn't text him about the ones that arrived last week, but they arrived somewhere around August 29th,
There it is.
August 30th, August 31st, and the last one, September 1st at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Boom, 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 boom. All of a sudden, in the last 2 weeks,
Yes.
they have been coming in concentrated like that. And the last one was Sunday. At what time?
Yes,
In the still
at 5 a.m.
in the still of the night. Isn't that amazing? A little bit of a testing, aren't they? Well, they tested them with the citizens. Ironically enough, one of those dates you just gave me was one of the testings for the password in Iraq, supposedly. Interesting. I got pictures. I got some pictures here. Can you help me? Hold on. Let me get to the pictures. Oh dear.
Okay.
Hold on. Your area code 850. I gotta find you. I got hundreds of texts. Oh, there.
Okay.
Okay, the very first picture is the actual app itself. I'm going to show it to the family, okay?
Okay.
You see all those little, what do you call it? Buttons?
Icons.
Icon, there you go. Thank you, CC. Yeah, all these icons, all these options that you can do with this Zane phone. All right, the next picture that I have here, it shows, whoa, it's pretty. My balance, recharge service, my offers. This must be like a menu that they offer.
Yes, yes, and I can access that, and that's all I can access unless you're a member. You log in and you can access. You can read what they're about in English, but the alerts were coming in Arabic.
The alerts were coming in Arabic?
Yes,
You mean only for the people of Iraq?
yes, because they wouldn't allow me to actually sign in with my phone number.
I know. You wait a minute. You mean you saw this? You got this ping? You figured, well, what the heck? Let's see what they want, and you tried
Yeah.
and you tried to get it.
Right. They,
Well,
they wouldn't allow me.
they wouldn't allow you to go in, but only the people in Iraq. That's because obviously that's for them. They're sending them some kind of a ping maybe down the road. God only knows. But I want to thank you. Now, I want you to stay as close as you can. When they ping you again in the next 2 weeks, sometime, could you call me and let me know?
I surely will.
Need to know the amount of pings you get, need to know the time that it came in, and need to know if it echoed. In other words, did it bounce back to you in about 15, 30, 45, or an hour later? Did it come back again?
Okay.
All right.
I will make notes of those
Well, I tell you what.
questions.
Well, I tell you what. We just gonna make you Firefly Zane. Firefly Zane. That's what it is. There you go. Put that big Z right there on that chest. Firefly Zane. Look out. Dun, 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 dun. Superman. No, that's a Z. Check it out. Read it right now. It's Z.
Okay.
So
All right. Well,
I thank
I'm
you.
glad I could be of some help, and because you've been a tremendous help to me and my family, and I want to thank you and your family, and especially Tink. I'm just thrilled to be a part of your study.
Oh, thank you kindly. All honor and glory to our Heavenly Father, and I can tell you're my sister in Christ.
Amen.
Amen. It is.
Yes.
We'll talk soon, won't we?
Okay.
We'll talk soon,
Okay.
right? Hey,
Okay.
wait.
You probably know.
You wake me up at 5 a.m. I don't care. You hear?
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. It's possible. It's possible that that's what that's about. I don't know. What do I know, right? Well, we've had a good time together, haven't we? I know what you want. What do they want, Jake?
Firefly, Mr. Fire.
Mr. Fire. Mr. Fire. You know what? Okay. But again, South Africa, God bless you. I welcome your call. Use WhatsApp. I can't call you. I can't explain that. You have to call me. You got that, South Africa? Okay. And I think it's Loila. It would be an honor to talk to you, ma'am. There's not much I can do, but it would be an honor to talk and become your friend. Bevan, Aussie, Australia, mate. Make sure you get a hold of me. I'll miss you. You hear? Alrighty. Okay, what else do we got? Boom. KGFA, Post Odd Banks, that's that, and we're done. Let's go ahead and read Firefly's report, because if I don't, Frank's a mean guy. Frank, he took his toys and went home and he didn't share nothing. That Frank's a punk. Yes, he is. Hey, Frank, what? You a punk? Yeah, okay. Oh, gee, it's too long. Please enjoy. Let us, in all honesty, it was a tough day. It's been a tough call. I didn't want to do what I did, I didn't want to start our call that way, but I have to. I have to. And we had a very good discussion about those three things. Never again lock GCR in 800 numbers. If we do, We just simply put you on read only. We won't kick you out, but you won't be able to talk no more. I'm sorry, no more. And finally, Firefly CC, Firefly Zane, very interesting. And then we answered some questions that really the questions were nothing more but what we taught yesterday, rearranged. But there was one good one, I thought. What was that, guys? I forget. And now finally, Firefly's report for today. Good morning, Firefly77 says, sir, that they had a very busy today because it's Saturday. They're very busy at the markets. But there was also protesting that was still going on in the streets, which, didn't help any. The protesting is about jobless rates. But it's still a busy day here at our local markets. Our day, Mr. Frank, we received texts yesterday from our banks. You received what? Our day received a text. Oh, yeah? I know what kind of phone you got. And we received a text from our bank. Yeah, I know they've been pinging, haven't they? Oh, well, from our bank notifying us of a new retirement payment. They said that it was ready now, and it will be used on the new electronic card system. The text that was sent to everyone, the text was to notify all who have not set up this legal procedure to process, to please come into the banks and complete it. Ping. Once all legal procedures are completed, then the retired can receive their new payment by electronic system. Seems this is a final warning. Seems this is a final warning to all to get on board to this new final warning, because they're being paid electronically and the software will change it before it changes. You caught that? You couldn't catch cold. Seems this is a final warning to all to get on board to this new electronic payroll, because this is the only way that this will be completed. Yeah. Because the software it's okay. Saying there will be a paperless payroll for retired citizens and military individuals. We also received new updates on our new merchant card machines that we use. It was all done electronically. That's 5 electronic. You got it? Okay, I know you do. There was a message on the screen for update, and we pressed update on the screen, and within minutes, Mr. Frank, the screen showed an update complete. Appears that this will be a monthly thing. But but very amazing to see, Mr. Frank. Yeah, y'all ain't never seen that type of speed in your bank before, have you? It's international standards. Welcome to the world. Oh, on TV, we see Baghdad saying they stand behind the deal. Oh, every now and then I show you a little bit. On TV, we see Baghdad saying that they stand behind the deal with Kurds and promise them they will receive that great than 17% of new budget. No. of the new budget. But this still needs to be made in law through Parliament. But today, Baghdad officials are saying that this will happen, and they're showing the Kurd delegation smiling and shaking hands with Baghdad officials who are promising this. Kumbaya on steroids. Everybody's happy now. Maybe I'm happy. I'm happier than I was a year ago. We had a very busy day, like I said, in the markets today, Mr. Frank, and we will send more as we see here. Text you. Okay. And that's it. So, I don't think we're ready for that file. I'm sorry. We just aren't. And I have to make the decisions. And it's not because of the problems that we had with those people that brought that subject up, or that three-letter word. No, it's not that. I told you one time, I'll meet you on the other side. You know, I don't need to be a champion of Intel. Let them tell you. And tomorrow is the first day of the week, you know, for them when they start out. In my opinion, Sunday and Monday, there's going to be a lot that's going to be said. So let them tell you. And how about if I just don't do a UB2B tomorrow? Huh? It'd be the first one. I did a UB2B almost, oh no, only the last 2 weeks, or the last week of July. And then I did it for all of August, every day. Didn't miss one. And here we are, first week. Keep the streak going. But I want to be left alone tomorrow. I want to contemplate. I want to think. I want to calculate. I want to agreements with them and be ready. And I guess I just want to be left alone tomorrow. I just want to be left alone. I want to rest. And I hope you understand. So, we'll see you, unless something major happens tomorrow. But if not, then I'll see you on Monday, okay? And we'll do our regular Monday night call at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And with that file, we'll be busy. We'll be busy. This is my newspaper, The Blade. And I already talked about this, but as we come to an end here, I just thought I'd go ahead and show you, because we already talked about it. Yeah, I know about Mugabe, and I know that of what's happening with Zimbabwe. But I also feel, in my opinion, that what I told you about the Zimbabwe, that opinion I think is solid. So be careful. Look into it a little deeper if you're actually going to get involved in it. That file over there is a good. Are we back?
Yes.
Kilroy is back. And one of the things that I ran out of room in the file, so I wrote it, scratched it on here. And that file contains some interesting thoughts. They're more for post-RI. And what I did here, I said, walking stick, you know, the Delarue, do you think that Delarue, I know they were commissioned when it first started back in 2004. You back? Yeah, we're back.
Now you.
Family, that, do you see what I go through? That's enough. Y'all take care of each other, okay? God bless you. I'll see you on Monday. That would be mean like that, wouldn't it? Just, I can't. So I asked Walking Stick, do you think that they're going to have these Delaware machines? He said, I'm sure that they will. They'll have other counting machines that we heard about. They'll use a lot of the currency book. But whatever machines that they use, it's going to detect any counterfeiting. It will detect any counterfeiting right away of new currency. I said, really? It recognizes all the currencies in the world? Yeah. And it'll recognize right away the counterfeiting of any new currency that's being released. And I said, well, if the software does that, well, if the Iraqi dinar is a new currency coming out? And he said, yeah. The software recognizes the Iraqi dinar. It seems like everybody's ready. I know these satellite banks, I know these private banks from around the world probably are using these machines with software that recognizes the counterfeiting of any new currency. Now, the Iraqi dinar is about to be introduced, in my opinion, as a new currency. Y'all take care of each other. I'll see you on Monday. God bless. Ahui ho on Monday.